How you doing, YouTube family? Today is January the 15th, 2025. It's your man Big D, and I'm back with another one. Before I go in, I would like to thank all of you for continuing to support my son and I. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Well, YouTube family, there is a young lady that is going viral across these social media streets. And basically, she is a young lady. We later found out through other videos that she has made that she's also a mother. And basically, the video that made her go viral was the fact that she felt as though her boyfriend was obligated to allow her to move into his house because she allegedly has lost her job. But family, check this out. I have her video here, and let's just take a look at it, and I just want to get you all's opinion and what what you all think about this. And I will, here and there give you my opinion. Let's get it.
So I ghosted my boyfriend on New Year's Eve, and I have not spoken to him since. Before I get into this, I just want to say that me and my boyfriend, we have been together for a year. Well, almost a year, 11 months. A year on February 2nd, we will have been together. Okay? My boyfriend is also 34, grown man. He also is a homeowner, has a pretty good job, and also has a business that he's starting. So let's start there, right? So,
Okay, so it sounds like your boyfriend got his ish together. Sounds to me that he's putting in the work and he's at a point where he's starting to see the fruits of his labor. So sounds like he sounds to me like he's pretty squared away.
so recently, I obviously, like you all have known, I've become unemployed, and I have not been able to find a job. I have put in like 30 applications a day. I've got nothing, like barely even an interview. I've gone on 2 interviews. So I've been literally struggling, and I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. Okay. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna keep it together for this. I'm not gonna get.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. That that bullshit pretend cry that you pretend to break down that no, stop it. You got no, mom, you gotta do better than that.
Stressed out. I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. It's something so crazy about having hundreds of thousands of dollars one day and then the next day having nothing. But that's what's going on right now.
Okay, so you said that you had hundreds of thousands of dollars one day and then the next day you had nothing. I call bull ish on that. I call cap. You never had no hundreds of thousands of dollars. Young lady, I'm gonna keep it a buck. It don't look like you got $500 to your name right now. It just don't. And to say that you had hundreds of thousands of dollars and now you don't, well, what happened? Did you have a drug problem? Did you smoke it up? I mean, what did you shop it up? What did you buy? I mean, where did this hundreds of thousands of dollars go? So I think it's very disingenuous that you mislead the people into thinking that you once had it all together because you had hundreds of thousands of dollars and now you done fell off and now you know you just struggling right now. Come on now.
And so I am vulnerable with my man, and I go, hey, I'm gonna need to like stay with you for a little while I get myself together. Like, I don't have anything on the rent. And so I'm gonna need to move with you while I get myself together. Mind you, I said he has his own house, his own 3 bedroom apartment in a nice neighborhood. He also has a best friend. His best friend lives with him, mind you, and has been living with him for however many years that he's like lived there, almost the whole time he's lived there. And so I'm like, if his best friend can live with him, why not his girlfriend, you know?
Okay, so now let me start right there. For you to make the assumption, because you've been kicking it with this dude for a year. Basically, he been clapping your cheeks for a year. Everything been going smooth up until this point that you lost your job, and now you feel like he is obligated to let you move in with him. Okay, you say that you ain't got nothing on the bills. Okay, well, I mean, damn, little mama, you gotta have something on the bills. I mean, you can't say, well, I'm bringing me to the table. I'm bringing that beat up box you got down there and that mouth you got. You can't say you bringing them two things to the table because he get them anyway. So unfortunately, Pooh Nanny and Throat ain't gonna pay the mortgage. It's just not. And then you bring up the fact that he got his homeboy living with him. Well, sounds to me like that's a smart move. The dude ain't your dude ain't married. He get his boy to move in because he got he got the space. He got to have the bedrooms. He get his boy to move in. His boy is perhaps paying all his mortgage or at least half. So it sounded to me like that's a smart business move. That sounded to me like your boyfriend trying to get his money. And for you to say it ain't gonna cost him nothing to let you move in with him. Now, how selfish can one be? Family. Do you agree with this? How selfish can one be that this young lady gonna say that it ain't gonna cost him nothing to let her move in? Now she ain't got nothing on the, she ain't got no monies on the bills, but she got plenty of beat up box to hand out, but she ain't got no money. And you and I both know you can't buy no groceries with no beat up box. Unfortunately, box ain't no commodity nowadays. So now you want this man to let you move in, and you allege that it ain't gonna cost him nothing. Yeah, it is. You know what it's gonna cost him? It's gonna cost him his peace. Long term, it's gonna cost him his peace. But in your mind, in your delusional mind, oh well, you already got the house, you already got somebody living with you. So certainly, cause you've been blowing my back out, I should be able to move in because I done effed up and lost my job.
So I'm like, hey, I need a place to stay. Which honestly, in hindsight, I shouldn't even have to ask for that. He knew I was struggling. He should have said, hey, let me take something off of your plate. Like, come stay with me so that you can breathe and get this. If he really cared about me, he would have said that, but he didn't. He sat there and he watched me struggle and then watched me get to the point where I was like, hey, I just need a break. Like, I'm literally so depressed. I'm losing my mind. I can't find anything. Can you please help me? And he said, no.
Damn right he said no.
He said, no, you cannot live with me. Mind you, living with him is free. Doesn't cost him anything. He said no.
So again, she gonna say living with him is free. It don't cost him a thing. Yes, it does. It costs him his peace first and foremost because you gonna be there every day. And I just get the impression that it's a whole lot of BS that come with you. I don't know why, but I just get the feeling that it's gonna be a whole lot of BS that comes with you. And I also get the feeling that you'll move into that man's shit and you'll be trying to tell him how things should be doing, how his boy should be paying more money, and then now you're gonna be causing problems between him and his dude, him and his homeboy. So yeah, it is gonna cost him something. And then on top of that, there's another mouth to feed. There's somebody else using the water. There's somebody else who's going to be having her ass at home every day, so sucking up the air condition. So, yeah, it is going to cost something in the long run. But I know you don't, I know you don't get it because the sun rises and sets on your ass. I understand. Let's continue.
I can't live with him. At first, he goes, oh, I like that we have our own places to retreat to when we get into our arguments. And wrong answer. Number one, when we get into arguments, we never leave. Like, we stay in the same room and we continue to talk it out until we work it through, which I think is a really good habit that we have and a really good green flag that we have in our relationship. Yes, we get into arguments, so does everyone.
And no, I think that you need to have your own shit, my dear, so that when you get on my nerves, you can take your ass to your house. So that's what that man was trying to say in a nice way. But since You didn't understand that type of language. Let me go ahead and let me translate it for you. No, after I'm done, we hanging out, having a good time, what have you, maybe you can stay the night or two. But when you start getting on my nerves, I'm gonna need you to take your ass to your house, wherever that may be. That's basically what he was trying to tell you. But of course, you know that you don't quite understand that. I get it, little mama. I get it.
Yes, do I lose my cool? I'm a woman, but I rein it back in and we figure it out, and nobody goes home. So that's a weird thing to say. We've never even done that. Second of all, that's like a problem to me, not a solution. When we get into arguments, we should not be leaving, because what happens when we get married? There is no way to go. We both live in the same house. So maybe that's not a good habit to start. Being that we have not started yet, maybe let's not start that now. On our very first date, I told him that I wanted to be engaged within a year. I said, after a year, I want to be engaged. He said that's plenty of enough time for someone to know whether or not they want to get married or not.
I disagree. That is not enough time. It ain't enough time, family. It ain't no year enough time. Listen, you don't even know my favorite color. I don't even know when your menstrual cycle is supposed to come on in a year's time. I need a little bit more time than just a year. Sometimes you need a couple years. This is unreasonable for her to. It was unreasonable for her to initially meet this man and pressure him into telling her some bullshit, because he knew that he didn't agree with that, but he just said what he had to say because he wanted to clap them cheeks like most men do. And unfortunately, this is what happens in the end, because now when you tell her what you think she want to hear instead of what she need to hear, the truth, this is what happens.
This is what he said. We have talked about it, I shit you not, probably 10 times throughout this year, and never once did he say, I don't think this is going well enough for that to be a realistic goal anymore. Never once did he say, hey, like, let's pump the brakes. I don't think that we're doing that well for it to get to that. So I'm thinking we're doing well. We're on schedule. After a year or a year and a half, we'll probably get engaged. Then he goes, I don't think I'm going to live with someone again until I'm married to them, which is some new boundary that he literally just made up, because he's never said that the whole time we've been together. And I go, maybe it's not a good idea that you live with someone after you already got married to them, because what if you guys are not compatible to live together and you don't?
Okay, little mama. Fact of the matter is that you ain't it. He just ain't trying to live with you. It ain't the fact that he don't think he was ready in a year. It ain't the fact that he just don't want to live with nobody until he gets married. The fact is, it's you. But you don't want to take a look in the mirror. You don't want to sit up and say, you know what? Maybe it's my doing that perhaps I'm in the financial situation that I'm in. And maybe I need to have taken a different approach when I went to my dude, and instead of just pretty much telling him that he ought to feel obligated to let me move in or to let you move in because he's clapping your cheeks and been doing it for a year, and because y'all, allegedly boyfriend and girlfriend only for a year. Oh, and that obligates him to what? My good lady, he don't owe you nothing. He don't owe you anything. But you don't want to read between the lines, because I get it. You in between a rock and a hard place. You get ready to be homeless, so I understand. So in your mind, any bullshit excuse will do.
Don't know that until after you're already married. Then what? That's really dumb, actually. And so I'm like, okay, that's a completely new thing. But granted, it's been a year. We set our goal for a year. Are we going to get married? And he goes, no, that was your goal. Since when was this my goal? It was my goal, but like, I thought we were in agreement, because you never said that we weren't in agreement. Clearly, I made all this up in my head, and this was never a goal. I just thought it was a goal because I continuously talked about it, and he never said that it was unrealistic. As a matter of fact, he said the quite opposite, that it was a realistic goal to have. And never once, as we neared to the end of that year, did he ever say, hey, I don't think we're close to being married. So imagine my surprise when he says, I don't think we're close to being married. We still have things to figure out. Because a couple of nights ago, I got super irritated at him and yelled at him and told him to leave my house. And apparently, that's enough of a reason for him to be like, whoa, I don't want to marry her.
Well, if you kicking this man out your house and you got mad at him, you told him to leave. Well, yeah, that is a good reason for him not to want to marry you. Because hypothetically, let's say you one of them chicks that have a bad attitude. And now this man living with you, y'all living up under the same roof, and let's just hypothetically say you one of them chicks that don't know when to let well enough alone. Don't know when to give a man his space, and then all you want to do is nag, and then now, for whatever the reason, the police is called. And now this man is in an awkward situation because he is looking at potentially losing his freedom behind some BS and catching charges behind some BS. So yeah, I think it's a red flag at the bare minimum that he should at least sit back and say, man, you know what? This woman kicking me out of her house. It's to this point. No, I don't know that I need to be getting married.
All right. So yeah. And so I said, hey, I'm actually scared that I'm going to be homeless because these I said I'm actually thinking I'm gonna be homeless because I don't have a job and these bills keep coming and I can't do it no more. I'm tapped out of resources. And I think I'm gonna end up, if you don't let me live with you, I'm gonna end up in my car, living in my car, something like being actually homeless. And he goes, well, plenty of millionaires have lived in their car before.
And guess what? He's 100% right. Go ask Tyler Perry. 100% right. 100% right. Go talk to Steve Harvey. 100% right. Hey, listen, that's just what it is. Because at the end of the day, can't no men come on the internet and have the same story and say, my girlfriend is about, my girlfriend don't want to let me move in and I'm about to be homeless. A man can't do that. A man can't come on here and say, well, I've been kicking it with this girl, blowing her back out for a year, but really and truly, I'm probably really lucky to be in her life because I'm really a Dusty. I'm really a Pookie. I'm really a little John John, a little Charlie, a little Dane. So I'm lucky to even be in this situation. But now I done lost my job for whatever the reason, and now I assume that this woman is supposed to allow me to move into her shit. No, that ain't how it works. So if it don't work that way for men, it most certainly can't work that way for a woman. I'm sorry, little mama, but I guarantee you along the way, you committed self-inflicted wound after self-inflicted wound. And you think that a man is supposed to come and save you. But that's not how it works.
What the fuck? So basically he said, yeah, no, I'm not going to help you. I'm sorry that you're dealing with this. I know it's hard, but basically he told me that
life is
you
hard.
never really do have anybody to depend on and you come alone in this world and you are your own person and you should be your number one priority because
right.
Nobody else is going to be dependable, which I translated
100%.
to he is not someone I can depend on. Why would I ever marry someone that I can't depend on? I'm a dependable person. I've had friends that I've let stay with me.
Okay, you're not a dependable person. You can't even depend on yourself to keep a job. And you coming on here talking about you don't put in all these applications and everybody done told you no. Where you live at, ma'am? What part of the world where you under a rock? Because I guarantee you it's some jobs to be had out there, but the jobs that's available, you just don't want to do them. That's what it's all about, because you think you too pretty to do them jobs.
That I've given a place to stay for free. That I've been able to say, hey, you can lean on me. Don't worry about nothing. Take a break. I got you.
Okay, so them same girlfriends that you helped, why don't you go back to them and see if they can pay it forward and lend you a helping hand? Why put this burden on this man? Why do that? Oh, because he been clapping your cheeks for a year and he owe you something? Go to your girlfriends the same way you helped them and looked out for them. It's no more than right that they look out for you in your time of need.
So if I can be dependable to my friends, you can be dependable to your girlfriend. It's not a crazy concept. Yeah, we do come in this world alone, but relationships are the whole reason of everything. You should be able to depend on the people around you, on your community. They should be people that you can say, hey, you do owe a responsibility to the people you love and the people you care about. And apparently he doesn't think that way, and I don't think I can be in a relationship with someone who doesn't think that way. And so I decided that I kind of ghosted him. I just stopped talking to him, and I probably will never speak to him again.
Okay, here's the thing about you saying you ghosted this dude. No, you didn't ghost him. You really did him a favor. But whether you know it or not, you was on the outs anyway. You was on the outs anyway because he wasn't trying to let you move into his shit. So that should tell you something, ma'am. You didn't ghost anybody. It just he done moved on. That's all that means. He just ain't, fact of the matter is, I know you ain't gonna want to hear this, little mama. Fact of the matter is that he saw you as a liability. You can't even keep a job. And then you feel like you are something so special about you that this man supposed to let you move into his house and take on a whole adult, a grown ass woman who what are you bringing into his house besides an appetite?
That really turned me off, and yeah, that's why I broke up with my boyfriend, because he said it was okay that I be homeless. I should be homeless while he goes home to his 3-bedroom house in a nice neighborhood and rubs his feet together under his nice comforter set, his nice sheet set, and watches his 70-inch TV on the wall.
That's right. That's right. That man should go home and do it. You know why? Because he paid for it. He the one put in the work to buy that 70-inch TV that's on his wall. He put in the work to have them nice, soft, comfortable sets where he can rub his feet together up under. He put in the work to have a nice house in a nice neighborhood. He put in the work. So because he put in the work and you are fortunate enough that he chose you to be in his life, for the time being, whatever, long y'all been together. Instead of being appreciative of that, and maybe perhaps using that time instead of trying to pressure this man towards marriage, why didn't you use that? Why didn't you use that time to perhaps learn something from him? If this man is wealthy, he has a financial growth mindset, why not glean something from that besides just getting your bike blowed out?
Twiddles his thumbs together while I'm out in my car in the cold, talking about he's gonna get me a blanket for Christmas so I don't be cold. You gonna get you a new bitch for Christmas? I ain't even.
Family, you know what? Just like she said, that man, he gonna get him a new. He gonna the word she used. He gonna get him a new bitch for Christmas. He already got a new one. He already got a new one, and you feel like this man owe you the same respect that he would give a woman that he married to. He's not married to you. And it don't sound like he wants to be married to you. It just don't sound like it. So at the end of it, ma'am, you gotta do better. But I've been looking at your little social medias and stuff, and you on there thirst trapping on your little page, half dressed, half naked. You say dudes are offering to they DMing you and offering to marry you and proposing and all this and that. Hey, listen, you can fall for that you want to, little mama, but fact is that ain't nobody, they just want to fly you out for a little bit and clap them little soft cheeks for a little bit and send you back on your way. But I'm gonna tell you right now, fellas, you better take a look at what's going on with P. Diddy. You fly her out, you want to. Fly on out, you want to for some type of sexual gratification and see what could potentially happen. Because that one right there, she look like she will be very vengeful. Things don't go her way. You fly her out and things don't go her way. Hey, listen, you're going to be fighting another charge like P. Diddy, and you ain't got P. Diddy money. Gotta do better, little mama. Gotta do better. Well, family, it never fails that every time I go on these socials and these YouTube streets, I am always finding content like this where you have these. Uh, listen, I look for content for men doing crazy delusional stuff, and it's just not as plentiful. Yeah, well, you got the when the pookies get into it with the police and things like that and what have you, but just straight up just delusion times 10 at an all-time high like it is with these women. I look for it, but I can't find it. But all I got to do is just open up the socials and here we go. Well, family, what do you think? You think that her dude should just be obligated to just let that one move in with him, sacrifice his peace, just because he got it, just because he been smashing for you? You think that he's obligated to do that? Hey, I want to hear from the female commenters too. I want to hear what y'all got to say. Do y'all think that a dude just because he's been kicking it with you for a year that he's supposed to be obligated to let you move in because you fell on hard times? And like I said, it depends on the approach. Her approach was terrible. Because the way she went at it, I guarantee you, the way she presented to us, that's exactly how she presented it to him. Well, you ought to feel obligated to do it. And man, let me tell you something. Like my mom always said, you can attract more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. Well, family, always remember, be more tomorrow than you were yesterday. Peace.